So parashat Vayetze, so Yaakov has to get away from Esav's wrath because Rivka heard through prophecy because Esav said it to himself, right? Esav said in his heart. So how does Rivka know? So Rivka was told prophetically that Esav is gunning for Yaakov. So at the same time, she says to Yitzchak, the local girls here, they're terrible. I want him to go to my own family to find his soulmate. So he goes out to her family, to her brother Lavan, right?
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, on his way, he sets upon the place. See, there's a whole question in scholarship if it was the Temple Mount or if it was Beit El. And it has to do with all sorts of things about the ladder and maybe the top of the ladder and the angle and was he really in Beit El, but the top of the ladder was over Jerusalem. It's a whole thing. But as you mentioned, one way of understanding it is that he touched upon the place of the Holy Temple, that Hashem actually made the sun set, because the verse says that because the sun had set, right? It's chapter 28 and verse 11. He encountered the place and spent the night there because the sun had set. That sages say that Hashem made the sun set prematurely because he wanted him to stop at that place, because that, unbeknownst to him, as he said, this is none other but the gateway to heaven, and I had no idea this is the place of the future Holy Temple. But actually, you can go to the Jerusalem Lights website or the Jerusalem Lights YouTube channel and enjoy a short documentary film that was made by archaeologist Rabbi Richman last year called The Mystery of Beit El, wherein the learned archaeologist Rabbi Richman actually propounds quite convincingly that the place of the dream was actually the place that we know here in the land of Israel as Beit El. But that's another question. In any event, Yaakov starts his journey, and one of the major guidelines that we always place before us when we learn these Torah portions about the forefathers is this amazing idea that is called Ma'aseh Avot Siman Labanim. That which transpired to the forefathers, that which happened to the forefathers, is a sign for the children. There's a pattern in time, and the forefathers themselves are archetypes. The forefathers themselves are a template of history. And like you said,
right.
You brought it up that Yaakov is lying there, and he has an unbelievable vision, and Hashem is showing him the future, and he's showing him that the children that he hasn't had yet are all going to go through this churning, difficult, oppressive experience of exile, and all the different exiles that they're going to go through in order to accomplish Hashem's purpose, right? So Everything that happens to Yaakov along the way and in this trip, it's all just exists on so many levels. And it's like that, of course, with everything that we study in the Holy Torah. But